to another episode of the You're Late podcast, guys. Thank you so much for joining us for another episode. I am your host, Chris.
I am your host, Vince, guys, and thank you for being with us again.
Honestly, every night that we're here, super late at night. Bro, sometimes like we're here like at 4 o'clock in the morning, low-key. So yeah, we got some pretty rough nights sometimes.
We're pretty late.
Yeah, we're pretty late for your late podcast.
Yeah.
But hey guys, again, thank you so much for coming on for another episode. Today's episode is pretty dope. I mean, I was super excited about, when we got the news that we were going to be doing this episode. We had a very special guest on this episode.
Yeah, I feel like it was just like very random.
Yeah.
But like very exciting. When I saw it, I told you, I was like, hey, yo.
Yeah.
Who's this? They're messing you guys, and I'm freaking out.
Yeah, we had an exciting moment. Here's why it's exciting. I mean, first of all, we got to talk to Nicole over from Shop Mini Mart. So, guys, please go and follow them. We're gonna be tagging all their information. Their biggest social media is definitely gonna be Instagram.
Yes, for sure.
And the reason for that is they use their Instagram page so that way they can do like a shopping center or it's like a shopping store pretty much, where they go to Disney, they go to all the parks, right? Specifically in Orlando, Florida, because that's where their residents do. On top of that, but they also go there to sell like products at Disney, so like for their followers and stuff like that. And they make a lot of Disney content as well too, which we're super into.
It's pretty cool because they do keep you updated with all the new stuff that comes out. In all the shops in Disney. So like new Marvel stuff coming in, new Star Wars stuff coming in, or just Disney like Mickey and all that stuff.
Yeah. So
they just keep you updated on their Instagram page, and that's where the business goes. People want that and this and that, but they don't have a chance to go all the way to Florida.
Yeah.
So that's their business.
That's pretty much their purpose. Yeah. And what a great page, you guys. I mean, and again, reason why we were so excited because they do some awesome stuff over there. They have a great following. So that's why we were really excited. Like, little old us, we're like barely at 100 followers, guys. So hey, help us out with that for sure.
Yeah, for sure. But then again, everyone starts like that, right?
Everyone has a starting point for sure. And Nicole definitely kind of breaks down her starting point, which was something I really wanted to hear, just as a perspective of us starting our stuff
how
out.
Other people start their content.
Yeah. I was like, I was actually curious to know like how they started out, and Nicole definitely gave us that information like right off the bat. So again, what an awesome show, guys. We definitely hope you guys enjoy. Kind of retrieve this information. There's a lot of great information that Nicole's bringing to the table, and us too, that we share along. We got to really know Nicole as well too, which was super awesome.
Yeah, she's an awesome person.
Great guest.
Yeah, great guest.
Again, guys, it was a great episode. We hope you guys enjoy it. Here is Miss Nicole from Shop Mini Mart. Thank you. Well, thank you again for coming on the show, Nicole. Big thank you so much. You guys have like such a great following, and what you guys do is pretty cool. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but you guys pretty much just kind of run your page, like blogging your experience at Disney pretty much.
So we use it for that, but we also use it as a personal shopping experience. So basically the business itself is I go out to Disney property and shop for people who either can't get something on Shop Disney, or they're not able to get to either Disney World or Disneyland and they really want something.
Right.
They will DM us a screenshot of what they're looking for, and then I will go out and shop for it for them. And then Lewis usually does live streams. So what we'll do sometimes is we'll be on property, either live streaming whatever it is that we're doing, or we'll live stream like the gift shops or shops on Main Street or whatever park we're in, and people will shop with us in real time. So during the live stream, they'll take a screenshot of something that they saw that he pointed out, and they'll message it to me, and then I can buy it right from there without even having to worry about making a wish list and going back to get it. I'll just get it all.
Right. Okay.
Oh, that's cool.
Cool.
Really helpful for those who can't really make it.
Actually, we've been compared to Instacart, but Instacart for Disney.
Gotcha.
That's cool. That's really
cool.
good.
That's like right up our alley, though, honestly, because like we like for example, I think we just actually came back from Orlando, actually, like maybe a little bit less than a month ago.
A little bit less than a month, yeah.
And we were like tracking down, I don't know if you've heard of it, but we were tracking down super hard the Doctor Strange like blanket cape. I don't know if you've heard of that.
So I'm not sure about the cape, but I know everyone was tracking down the Doctor Strange t-shirt that came out.
Okay.
And that's nowhere to be found either.
Oh, really?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like everything Doctor Strange when we went there definitely was like sold out
and
for sure.
The Scarlet Witch mini ears. Those are
yes.
Those too, yeah. Yeah, I remember. Well, those and then the Doctor Strange. We were looking for it. We went to all the Disney stores and Epcot, and then we went to World of Disney.
Yeah.
In Orlando. I forgot that strip. What it's called? But
the Disney Springs.
Disney Springs. Yeah.
Disney Springs. There you go. So we went there, tracking it down. Nowhere to be found.
Yeah, definitely nowhere to be found.
Wasn't on Shop Disney either. Until it finally appeared on Shop Disney, maybe 2 days ago.
They'll do that sometimes. They'll take it off if they don't have any in stock, and then they'll randomly find a box somewhere and they'll put it back on. But then usually, if people are hunting for it, if they see the link being refreshed and it's back, it's gone again. 5 minutes.
Okay. Wow, you really do know all the ins and outs. Yeah, we actually just we're going to be releasing, but for the sake of this, we just released a podcast talking about like our experience in Orlando. We actually went on the Guardians of the Galaxy ride. We went to Epcot for our first time ever. We've never been to Epcot.
Oh, your first time.
Yeah, this is actually our second time probably going to Disney World in general. Disney World.
Okay.
We've been time to Epcot though.
Yeah, first time to Epcot for sure. But
what was your Epcot overall, experience or your thoughts on it as a park as a whole?
As a park as a whole, it was, I think, definitely it was really cool. I kind of wish there was more to do, like, cause like Ratatouille, which is another big ride. Probably like the test track and like Frozen, probably like the main thing that they have, right?
And Soarin', did you go on Soarin'?
Yes,
yes,
we did go on Soarin'.
That is right.
Yeah, we did go on Soarin', which we have a little, because I know we're gonna be talking about like tips and tricks for like Epcot and Disney, but we have a little trick that we did, because so what we did, because we brought my 1-year-old daughter, which was a mess, but we brought my 1-year-old daughter and my 3-year-old son. So obviously they are not able to go on Soarin', right? So we get the parent swap pass. So we do like half of our group are gonna go, and me and my wife are gonna stay with the kids. So they go in line, and I think they were there for like maybe 20, a little bit more than that.
Like 30 minutes.
30 minutes, and they just could not, like the line just didn't move, right?
At all.
So
negative.
But what we realized is that they just got out of line, and they're like, we don't want to wait this long for this ride, because they didn't know we all didn't know what we were gonna get us, like what the ride was.
Because I went with I was in line with my parents.
Yeah.
With my parents. So we were in line. We waited the 30 minutes. Then we went out. And we're like, nah, we're not gonna wait. It's like it moved like 2 inches. That's all.
Yeah, but more of the story is that he comes out, and I'm like, how about we try to do this? Like, we have 2 parent swap passes. How about we just get in right and just go? And so we were able to go, and we were on the ride in like less than 10 minutes. Yeah, obviously, like 10 minutes. We go to the lightning lane, so yeah, it's definitely not that long, but we realize in our heads, like, we can actually be doing that, like, for every ride we get on. We could just save the 2 parent swap passes, and the other people just get out of the line. I think we did it for, like, one other ride throughout the day, but yeah, I feel like that hack definitely works.
Yes, that is a good trick. I don't have children, so I can't use that one.
Right.
But
it's a cheat code.
when my nephews come here.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Just like wait like 10 minutes in line, then get out.
Yeah, maybe not even that. I mean, half the time they're not paying attention, you know what I mean? But
yeah, exactly. For us, since we live here, literally today we woke up, we got a boarding pass. We waited for it because we were 85, so we waited for it to be at 80 before we left the house. As soon as we parked, we were at 85. It was our turn. We got on the ride, and then went back to the car and came home.
So, because we're just like so jealous of y'all's like experience and how y'all just get in and out of the parks. But like, how does that necessarily work? Do you have like season passes or something, or like?
So we both have an annual pass.
Okay. Cool.
And there's different tiers if you're a Florida resident, but we just have the tier that anyone in the country can buy. There's no blackout dates for it.
Okay.
And we do that simply because we don't want to be, blocked out. But during the holiday seasons, is when a lot of the holiday merchandise comes out that everyone wants. And so if I was blocked out of the parks, it'd be a lot harder for me to be able to go shop for it for people.
Right.
And then, you get perks with the annual pass, which is nice. You get merchandise discounts and food discounts.
Yeah.
And parking comes with it.
That's
but
true.
I do like to tell everyone, that your annual pass is your pass and you're not allowed to use your discounts for anyone else.
Oh,
and
okay.
it cracks down on that. So if they find out that you're, buying stuff and using your annual pass discount for other people, you can get in a lot of trouble and they can actually take your pass away. So I never use my annual pass discount for anyone because I'm like deathly afraid to be banned from Disney.
Yeah, definitely. I can see that.
That's the whole.
That's the whole point.
Shop. Yeah, your whole shop. Yeah, that's the whole point.
Yeah. So let me ask you this: how long have you guys been, Shop Mini Mart, pretty much?
So this all came about a little over a year ago. Before we moved to Florida, we actually, you're wearing an Astro shirt. We lived in Houston.
No way.
No way. You guys were
really?
in Houston?
Oh my god.
Yeah. Originally we're from New York, but
Wow.
we lived in Houston for about 5 years for my husband's job.
Okay.
And while we were there was something that came out that I really wanted, and I didn't see it on Shop Disney. So I went in like the local Facebook Disney groups and just asked around, and everyone was saying, look into personal shoppers, and I had no idea what that was.
Right.
So I started looking and finding all these people that do this. And so when it came time to decide if we were going to stay in Houston or move, we decided to move to Orlando, and we have a house here now, so not going anywhere. But I looked at Lewis and I was like, I think this would be so fun. Like, I want to do that. And he kind of was just like, yeah, good luck. Like, that's not going to be a thing.
Yeah.
And slowly but surely over this past year, so it's a little bit over a year now, we've gotten in contact with, different people, and it's just been a really great experience. So he had some Instagram ads running at one point, and, ads will pop up on your feed as sponsored posts. And it actually got a hit from a radio station back in New York that I used to listen to growing up called Z100.
Okay.
But they're on iHeartRadio, so they're all over the US. And one of their morning show hosts, her name is Danielle, absolutely loves Disney, and saw our Instagram on her feed and clicked on us. And I shopped for her, and she was just so nice and blew us up on her Instagram.
Oh, wow.
Radio. And so overnight, that kind of just exploded.
Really?
Just one sleep.
Yeah.
Just one sleep. That's it.
Yes. And Lewis is like a social media wizard. He's really great at doing content and, social media management and doing all that. So
yeah.
He also and
Yeah.
he's really good at like networking, and so he's reached out to a few people. So I don't know if you've watched Big Brother or The Amazing Race. But
Yes.
So Jessica Nixon was on there, and
Okay.
her husband Corey. I've shopped for her, and she's given us a shout out.
Oh, wow.
And so I've just
That's
kind
cool.
of been able to, luckily through Lewis's skills, and then just the page itself, meet people and expand, and it's just been a lot bigger in the past year than I think we both expected it to be.
Yeah. That's awesome. I mean, you guys are doing great. Like I said before, definitely something that like we were like super interested when y'all were like, I think we interacted a little bit with each other when we did like a giveaway not too long ago, but like we clicked on it, and I think even you were like, I didn't even know people did this, you know what I mean? Because we're always like looking for like merchandise and like Disney merchandise and all of the above, you know what I mean? So
yeah, especially when like Marvel stuff comes around, because it's owned by Disney. So I'm like, they always come out with so many things of like Marvel wise, and I'm just like, man, I wish I was there, to just go in person to get what I want. But
so I mean, I know you told we were talking a little bit earlier today. So you were pretty busy today, am I right?
Oh goodness. Okay.
Mind you, again, I think I've already told you we're huge Marvel fans, so like we're all ears to this whole, your experience today. So definitely tell us everything.
So today I was a little bit of a hot mess.
Okay.
Normally I'm not that all over the place and disorganized, but when not when I woke up this morning. Lewis specifically woke up this morning at 6:55, so that at 7 a.m. he can get a Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind boarding pass.
Okay.
And those are, luck of the draw. You either get it or you don't. But he's mastered getting boarding passes somehow. He does it with like not the clock on your phone, but like a geo clock and a real time thing.
Okay, yeah.
He knows exactly when to press the button, and he's really good at it.
So that's what we have to do.
So this morning, he woke up and he got us a boarding pass, and I think it was group 85. So a couple of weeks ago, we were group 140, and we went on around 4 p.m.
Yeah.
But today, since we were 85, it gave me an estimated time at 4 at first, and I was like, no, it's gonna be earlier than 4.
Right.
And then it jumped to 3, and then it jumped to 2, and then it jumped to 1. So we got on about 1 o'clock.
Oh, wow.
But
That's
I was
awesome.
like, oh my gosh, I have to be on this podcast later, but I have to go on, Guardians. What am I going to do?
Yeah. That's hilarious. So this is not your first time riding this ride, right?
Today was our 3rd time riding it.
Oh my God.
Oh my goodness.
So jealous, honestly.
What do you guys think about it? What is your personal, thoughts on the ride?
So it's now one of my favorite rides at
yes,
Disney,
for sure.
hands down. When people ask me what I think of it, personally, I feel like if Space Mountain, Rise of the Resistance had a baby, it would be Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, exactly. I definitely agree because the whole concept of it being kind of a dark room, because that's what Space Mountain is, right? And then the Rise of the Resistance kind of making you feel like you're in the movie, you know what I mean?
Yep.
That's actually the perfect way to put that ride for sure.
Huh, that's actually, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty spot on for sure.
It's a really good mix of the two of them.
Yeah, I think the end of our Epcot experience day, an employee actually told us that there's different songs that are.
Yeah.
Have you gotten every song yet?
No. So we went on the ride 3 times, and
Okay.
I think there's 6 songs or 7 songs. I think. There
Oh,
might be
really?
6,
I heard
but-
4, so that's news to me.
cool.
Okay.
No, there's definitely 6 or 7 of them.
Okay.
Actually, if you just Google Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind soundtrack, it'll tell you exactly what 6 songs there are.
Oh, okay.
cool.
I think I'd rather be
Our-
surprised, but yeah. Thank you for that.
Our first time we went on, oh my gosh, I always forget the name of the song. But yeah, we had a different song. And then the second and today's the 3rd time, we had the same song.
Oh, man.
Oh, okay.
So today, a couple days ago when we went on, and today we had September was our song.
Oh, that's a good song.
Yeah, so that was good.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I can't remember the first one we had. I always forget the name of it.
Okay.
But it wasn't as upbeat as September is, so it wasn't
Oh,
as
okay.
I feel like the music just makes it 10 times more fun.
Yeah, so
too.
much better.
you're rocking out to the whole thing.
Yeah.
My husband wants to go on and get the conga song really badly, but we haven't gotten
That's the
that.
one I got.
I didn't get
Okay,
that one.
yeah.
I got September. That's what I got.
You got September?
I got
too?
September.
I got
Yes.
Conga, yeah.
For some reason, I've heard September is really popular. It just because it just picks it randomly.
Yeah. Oh, okay, does it?
But apparently, it picks that one very
The
often.
most.
Dang.
Huh.
Okay. I think our biggest thing with the Guardians of the Galaxy ride, you probably remember your first time you went. You couldn't really there was so much going on, you couldn't really figure out what the story was, and so I bet you it took a couple times to figure out what each place that you go into in the ride is about.
Yeah, so today's my 3rd time, and I'm still oh wow, I don't remember that from last time. But I do distinctly
Yeah.
remember the first time we went on was during the annual pass holder preview.
Okay.
So when they open new rides and you're an annual pass holder, a lot of times they will do previews for you. So they'll open the ride for you 2 to 3 weeks before the ride is open for everyone. So you get to go on it and experience it. So during our annual pass holder preview, I was getting a little nervous because everyone was saying that they were getting motion sickness from it and all this stuff. So I was ooh, I'm nervous. I don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
But I've never had motion sickness on it. I know some people still say that they do. I don't ever get it. But I will say the first time during annual pass holder preview, I think the cast members were a bit scared that too many people were saying they were getting sick. So they actually slowed the ride down.
Oh, no way.
But the last 2 times I've been on it, it's been a lot faster. So since
okay.
the preview, I think they've gone kind of back to normal. But
Yeah.
I remember the day of the preview, I felt it was just a lot slower.
So we definitely need to go
Oh, wow.
again, and we'll know that it's gonna be faster.
We'll see.
They just released and announced during their halfway to holidays that they're going to be doing a holiday overlay for the Guardians of the Galaxy. So what they're going to do is they're going to do Christmas projections inside the ride and have,
Oh,
I guess,
no.
Christmas music playing.
I guess we gotta go back.
I know, right? You know why they're doing that? Because of the Christmas special that's coming out this year.
Oh, that too.
Yeah.
They do have a Christmas special coming out.
Yeah, so Guardians of the Galaxy is gonna release a Christmas holiday special.
Really?
Yeah.
Like a movie or just like
I think
a...
it's a show.
And I think it's a Disney Plus series
Yeah,
that's
Disney
gonna
Plus
show.
series,
I don't know
yeah.
if it's a show. I mean, I don't know. Honestly, They
and is
did.
it going to be like an animated one or like the actual actors that are in the movie?
No, it's supposed to be like actual actors, like Groot. Yeah. Like you're actually gonna see like Groot.
I think the only animated one is gonna be the I Am Groot series.
Yes.
Okay.
They're gonna have
I'm excited for that one.
Yeah, for the holiday special.
I feel like that's gonna be really cute.
Yeah.
I'm excited for the Groot and now the holiday. I didn't know about the holiday.
The holiday special I think is gonna be real life. Real life. Actors.
Like Chris Pratt might actually be in it.
Yeah. So I know you guys love the Guardians of the Galaxy ride, but so how big into like fandom are you into like Marvel and like Guardians of the Galaxy and everything?
So I would say Lewis is probably more than I am, and he's not even like huge gung ho into that. Okay. But I think now that Disney acquired Marvel and it's more IPs being pushed out into the parks and whatnot, we're like slowly but surely getting more Marvel.
Yeah.
But I will say I didn't even watch Guardians of the Galaxy before I went on the ride.
Oh no.
Oh no.
And the ride inspired us to go home and watch it.
Oh, that's good.
So,
okay, well that's good.
We watched both of them after we rode the ride.
Did you watch the third one too?
There's a third one?
No, I'm just kidding.
I was like, what?
I'm just kidding. Just testing you. But the other thing too is that Guardians of the Galaxy the ride has also features from another movie.
Not a clue.
Okay, so there's like a Celestial. There's obviously like the bad guy, the enemy of the show is a Celestial. So he's from Eternals. He's from the movie Eternals. So if you need another recommendation.
That's another thing that my grandfather was telling me because he actually likes a lot of the Marvel stuff.
Oh, cool.
And he was letting us know that a lot of the Marvel movies have either characters or references to other Marvel movies.
Yes.
He told me that a lot of times they will put different characters or just references into the movies. I started trying to be like, okay, let me look out for that. But then the other thing that I really liked, and I'm not sure this is every Marvel movie or just because Guardians of the Galaxy is kind of goofy, but they had like a sense of humor. There was comedy to it.
Yeah.
So are a lot of Marvel movies like that, or was it just kind of a Guardians thing?
Well, it's mostly like, so Guardians uses it a lot more for sure.
Okay.
Because of the specific characters, but Marvel does like to stay on that route, of putting humor in there. It probably goes for every movie.
Yeah.
For every movie it is, yeah.
Honestly, it really depends on the director. Like I feel like with us, because they've used, and Marvel does a great job like handpicking each director that they use, but specifically speaking for Guardians of the Galaxy, what's his name again?
James Gunn.
James Gunn. Yeah, James Gunn. He has like a very dark sense of humor. He's done like movies like Suicide Squad. I don't know if you've ever heard of that. Yeah, it's a DC movie. So that one is very like, dark humor as well, like throughout the movie. Mm. So he likes to use that. And if you like follow James Gunn, like he's really big on social media and he's like really funny and he's like huge following. So it just kind of with each director, I think also a great example of that is also Taika
Waititi.
Yeah, that name. But that director is for the new Thor movies. So like the last Thor movie that came out and the one that's coming out. He's God of Thunder. Yeah,
Love and Thunder.
I think it's Love and Thunder.
Yeah, Love and Thunder. Yeah.
Now, have you gone to Universal?
Yes. In our trip, we try to make like the most out of it because we were on a budget. First day, we spent the day in Universal, on the Adventure Island.
The Islands of Adventure?
Islands of Adventure, yes. So we went on that first day. The second day, we went to Epcot. Third day, I went to Disney Springs. No, not Disney Springs. The water park. I forgot what it's called.
Oh, Typhoon Lagoon.
Yeah, Typhoon Lagoon. But yeah, so going back to like Universal, I feel like Universal definitely a lot more intense when it comes to like rides and stuff like that. Are you like a ride enthusiast? Like, will you go on anything and anything?
So, yes and no. I will go on roller coasters. If you have not gone on Velocicoaster, that is the hands down best absolute roller coaster at Universal. Velocicoaster, amazing.
So that was like the only thing I didn't do.
No!
I definitely chickened out on that one for sure.
No, it's so good.
There was a lot of things to it, and they're probably all excuses, but it was a long day. We had been on almost every roller coaster, and it was like getting towards the end of the day where it's like, okay, what are we going to do next? And we hadn't gone to Marvel yet, and as us big fans of Marvel, I was like, and it was a huge line. So I was like, let's just go.
I understand.
Yeah.
But next time, that should be like your first ride.
Yeah, honestly, like the day after, I was like, I don't regret it. A month goes by, I'm like, I regret it. Yeah, I definitely regret it. I definitely should have gone on it.
So I went on it, and again, local. So sometimes I'll just wake up in the morning and be like, I have a hankering to go on something, and I'll go to the park, go on the ride, and go back home.
That's so
crazy.
crazy.
That morning I went. I don't know how or why, but it was only a 15-minute wait.
Oh wow!
What?
Like, okay, so I went on it, and then I got off, and there was still no line. So I was like, I'm gonna go on it again.
Oh my gosh.
A second time, like back to back, and then I was done. I couldn't do anything else.
Oh man.
2 times in a row was a bit much for me.
Imagine that, just like
I know.
just wake up
that
and like, I just want to go on like Cosmic Rewind real quick.
Now the only rides I can't do at Universal, which is basically the whole park there, are the simulation rides. Those get me sick.
Oh really?
So, yeah, like Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I'm sort of okay with, but the Simpsons one, absolutely cannot do it.
I've never been on that one, yeah.
I love Jimmy Fallon, so I went on his ride.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't do that one anymore. Like, it's just not the same. So roller coasters don't get me scared or motion sickness, but those simulators, especially the ones with the 3D glasses and whatnot, I cannot do those.
Yeah, I know. That is interesting. You can get on all these other crazy stuff, but you can't get on the simulation.
Yeah, no, it's the simulations that make me feel. Or like if you went on Mission Space at Epcot, that one I can't do.
Oh wow. Okay. So talking about like Disney parks, we went to Disneyland in LA last year. Have you guys been there yet?
We have been. I've been there twice.
Okay.
He's been there once, and we're going back in September for the, I don't know if you've heard of the D23 Expo.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So we're doing the 3-day D23 Expo.
Yes.
So we're going in September.
I actually went to you guys' TikTok and I saw your husband's unboxing with it. I was like, I am so jealous. Like that is so.
Yeah.
Yeah. So is this y'all's first year going to D23?
Yeah, we didn't know it was in Florida last year until it was already here, and by that time the tickets were obviously already gone. So this year we were following it. We're also Disney Vacation Club members, so we have DVC. And at one of our DVC events, they had announced when the next D23 Expo was going to be, and that it was going to be in Anaheim. And that day we put it in our calendar when the tickets dropped. So the day the tickets dropped, I got on my laptop like an hour or two before they dropped. And I just kept hitting refresh over and over and over again.
Oh my god. So
I was in the queue, and I got the tickets, and it was all good.
Awesome. So for our viewers, like some people don't know what D23 is. Could you explain like what it is?
Disney actually describes it as the ultimate Disney fan event. So basically it's kind of like a Comic-Con sort of thing, but for Disney, and it more goes into things that aren't just happening on Disney Plus or movies or characters or whatever. It goes into the parks and what's coming into the parks. And
that's cool.
Okay.
All new updates and stuff?
Yeah, like all different types of updates. And then they have their own special like merchandise that's sold just for there. They have something called the Mouse Parade, which is like this masked character party you can go to.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's like this whole entire event. And then while we're there, this will be our first year going to the one in Anaheim, but we're going to do the Oogie Boogie Bash, which I'm excited about.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
They do it in the Disney park, right?
Yeah, so Oogie Boogie Bash,
yeah.
I believe it's held at California Adventure, so the park across from Disneyland.
Yes, yeah.
And then here, the version is Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. So
okay.
We're going to do both of them this year. And I'm going to get to compare the difference between...
Oh, that's going to be fun.
Nice.
That'll be cool.
Yeah, for sure. We actually went in September last year. So we did like run into the Oogie Boogie Bash, and it was funny because it's just like we go to Avengers Campus and you see people dressed up in their costumes, and it's not...
excited.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh man, that place...
Avengers Campus...
The last time I went to Disney, it wasn't open yet.
You should probably watch like maybe a couple movies before you go.
I'm completely clueless. Now, did you see the other day that the Spider-Man legitly flew into the wall?
Yes, I saw that. Yes, I did.
Here goes something. Sharon, airbags, please.
The web facility is not equipped with airbags.
It's actually funny because there was like a YouTube creator out there one
They
time.
did a fake spoof of it.
Yeah.
And so when it actually happened, I showed, Lewis the video, and he's like, oh, that's the spoof. I'm like, no, this one's real. This one actually happened. And he's like, wait, what? So we watched it over and over again, and I could not stop laughing because I was just like, what's happening?
Exactly. Yeah, it was so funny because, like, I mean, it's not supposed to do that.
Again, though, like 2 or 3 days later, they had it fixed already. So what he crashed into, they purposely made it very, like, easily breakable so that they could just fix it really fast if they needed to. Mm-hmm. So I'm kind of low-key hoping that it happens when I'm there.
Yeah. I feel like everyone would.
Did you eat any interesting food at the Adventures campus that I should look out for?
Very, very interesting food. We went to the Hank Pym kitchen. That's like Ant-Man, right? So a lot of, like you go in there, like the first thing you see is like a little pretzel go into like this little machine, and then it becomes like a huge pretzel, and then it leaves the machine into like a...
So you watch the pretzel like grow?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like, you can literally see it, like a little pretzel go into the machine, and then like it shows that it gets big, and then when it comes out of the machine, it's like literally still big. And I'm like, whoa.
The food was super crazy. We had, I think I definitely remember everything we got, right? Yes. So first things first, we got like, I think I got the spaghetti, right? It's a plant-based meatball, but the meatball, like the bowl of spaghetti is like this small, and the meatball is like this big. So it's like, it does all that stuff. Same thing with like the sandwich.
It was a chicken sandwich.
Yeah, it's a chicken sandwich. So like the bun is like this small, and then the chicken's like this big. So like, it's like, that's the main theme of it pretty much.
Okay, so like big food on tiny items, kind of.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, it's like shrunken stuff that was supposed to be kept
that
large.
was
Yeah.
One thing I do want to let you know, because what's really cool, that not a lot of people know, you didn't even know about it until after, but you can actually, because like Ant-Man, he uses these little, like his weapon pretty much to shrink stuff and blow stuff up. You can actually buy the little gadget that he uses, and it lights up and everything like that. So make sure you ask for it when you check out for food. I think it's like $3 or something.
Make a picture or a video making it look like I shrunk my food.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you can do that.
Exactly.
I think red is for shrinking.
Red, okay, I'm gonna have to look it up.
Red is for shrinking, blue is for making it big.
Making it big. I got the blue one. One.
A video of me in blue and it's getting smaller, and they're like, yeah, you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, just so people know, she knows what she's doing.
Yeah, exactly. But then there is a virtual. Well, I don't know if there's a virtual queue for Spider-Man anymore. When we went, there was a virtual queue for the Spider-Man like experience ride.
But it is a ride.
It's a simulator.
Actually. It's a simulator, but it's not as crazy as the other one. It's more of like a game.
Yeah, it's more of a game. You do like hands-on stuff. Like basically you're moving your hands.
Is it kind of like Toy Story Mania?
It's like Toy Story Mania and Ratatouille had a baby.
Okay.
Yeah. So just kind of getting into probably like tips and tricks. I know we've kind of gotten to like a lot of them already. We've kind of shared some as well too. I guess like your biggest hacks or tricks with like the Disney parks.
Ooh.
Like, what would you recommend for everybody?
That's a loaded question.
It is a loaded question. Well, for specifically the one I had, like a lot of people, especially with us, like we were on a budget, like we went, right? So like what's like...
Okay, so budget. I have a good tip for budgeting.
Okay.
Ooh.
So we never use our credit cards or cash on Disney property. We only use Disney gift cards. And what we do is if you have someone in your family or you yourself has like a Sam's Club membership, you buy a $500 Sam's Club gift card online for like $480.
Oh.
So you're getting like $20 savings there. So you're getting a $500 gift card, but you're only paying $480.
Right.
So what we like to do is buy just a ton of gift cards like that. So let's just say we bought $1,000 in gift cards. We got $40 for free. And so that $40, we, say, okay, now we have X amount for food, but this $40 now we can actually spend on merchandise that we want. So that's a really good thing for savings. And you can use it, another fun trick, anywhere on Disney property. So if you want to go shopping at Sephora or Coach at Disney Springs.
Oh, really?
They accept Disney gift cards.
Oh, wow.
The restaurants too? I've seen like a lot of like apps too. Like if you go grocery shopping and you scan your receipt, like you can get points to actually like buy Disney cards too.
He does that too. So he's really big into credit card points, those apps where you scan receipts, and all this stuff. So yeah, basically all of our like Disney fun comes from points and hacks.
Gotcha.
Oh, cool.
So I also have another question. Like, let's say we're limited to like, I don't know, like maybe like 2 parks, right? Like you're limited to 2 parks. You can only pick 2. So what would you recommend that you get the most out of? Like not being like a generic fan of like Avatar or Marvel. Like just want to get the most out of the park.
You have 2 days where you're doing 1 park per day,
Yes.
or you have a park hopper pass.
Let's just do 1 park a day.
Obviously, Magic Kingdom is going to be like your quintessential Disney.
Right.
Like, that's where the castle is. That's where your main Disney characters are going to be. Your Mickey, Minnie, Donald, Goofy, the gang. And then that's a lot of, if you've never been to Disneyland, which is obviously the first park that was built, and Walt Disney himself built it, Magic Kingdom is going to have a lot of the inspiration that came from Disneyland. So if you're looking at that like magical Disney moment, the castle, like you're going to want to do at least 1 day there. For me, I always say Hollywood Studios is a half-day park. And that's only because I'm not like a huge Star Wars fan. But if you are, you can spend an entire day in Star Wars and feel immersed. Like when I go to Universal, I can spend an entire day in Hogwarts and be totally happy.
Right.
But that's why for me, if you have to have a whole day in a park and you want to maximize your time, I personally wouldn't go to Hollywood Studios. But that's just me.
Yeah.
A lot of people hate on Animal Kingdom, and I don't know why. I love Animal Kingdom. But another park that you can get through kind of like
half a day
in a day if you really wanted to.
So Animal Kingdom and Hollywood are probably like half-day parks?
Usually when I would, before living here and I would come on vacation, I would do my park hopper day. I would do half the day at Animal Kingdom and half the day at Hollywood Studios is how I would work it. I would do a whole day in Magic Kingdom because that's just one of the bigger parks that they have. And obviously everyone wants to go there, so the lines are generally a little bit longer than the other parks because everyone wants to go on Peter Pan, apparently.
Oh my gosh.
I never understand why that ride has an 80-minute wait, but that's a whole nother...
I've been on that ride. It's not that much hype. Yeah, definitely not that much hype.
80 minutes, wow.
And then Epcot, I don't consider a half-day park. I think you need a full
it's a lot of
day.
walking.
Yes, it's not so much the rides, but
the experience.
I feel like a lot of people, like, okay, so for example, my friend was here. She wanted to go to Epcot during the art festival, which if you haven't been to the festivals at Epcot, they're really fun. So we went to I told her, okay, if you want to go to the art festival, we have to get there, at least by 10, because we had Be Our Guest dinner reservations at 4 at Magic Kingdom, so we had to park hop. And I wanted her to really experience Epcot. And she's like, no, I want to sleep in. We'll be fine.
Oh, no.
So we didn't get to Epcot until like 12:31, and we had to be at Be Our Guest at 4. So she only had like 3 hours. So literally we walked through the countries, just like walked around. She didn't get to experience any of the countries.
I think that's really fun experience.
Yeah, when you're there, you want to, go to Norway. You don't just want to look at Norway. You want to walk into the Norway gift shops, because what people really don't know is that all the gift shops generally have authentic things from the country.
Yeah, we did know so.
And not only is there, Disney merchandise that has Mexico Epcot on it, but there's actually things handcrafted from Mexico that are sold there.
Yeah, like we did see them like literally making alebrijes
and then like you go to Germany and there's a whole Werther's caramel experience that you and their popcorn's amazing if you haven't had it.
I think that's the one thing we did mess up on with Epcot. Because obviously, like, we didn't realize, like, towards the end of the day, we got there pretty early, but towards the end of the day, like, Test Track and, like, Mission Space, like, that kind of dies down a lot more, like, literally cut in half, maybe. So we started with Test Track. We lost, like, literally an hour and 30 minutes. And then we went to Nemo, Nemo wasn't much of a time consumption. It was more of like my kiddos just like enjoying every second of it.
Anytime I see Nemo at more than a 15-minute wait, I know Epcot is packed.
Oh, okay. That's the secret there. Okay.
If Nemo is more than 15 or 20 minutes max, then Epcot is having a very busy day.
Well, I do want to point this out because we saw it was like 15-minute wait time, but when we got to Nemo, like I think it was actually even a little bit more maybe. But when we got there, like I guess the thing hadn't updated because we just literally walked on the ride.
I love that. You literally walk right through there. But so then when it does say 15 or 20 and you don't walk through there, then I know like, wow, there's a lot of people here today.
Yeah, that makes sense. And it's definitely hard to gauge. Like, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if you think the same way, but it's hard to gauge like what day is gonna be like busy. Like, I feel like throughout the week it's just so busy. Other than like,
because I mean, the locals that live here that have their normal 9 to 5s are generally going at night. So usually sometimes the nights can be packed.
Yeah.
Then you think of us locals who live here who have your 9 to 5 Monday to Friday, they're really only going on the weekends if they want a whole day there. So I try to avoid the weekends sometimes. But just recently I went on a Saturday night thinking it was going to be packed and Magic Kingdom was actually quite dead. And my friend had a theory that Saturday is generally everyone's arrival and departure day.
Mm-hmm.
So because you're arriving and departing, sometimes the park's actually not packed at all because when you're arriving, you don't want to go to the park on your arrival day, especially if you're arriving at 12 in the afternoon. It's kind of a waste to spend money on a whole day of a park when you're only getting half. And then your departure, same thing. Why you're going to go in the morning and spend money for a full day.
Right.
When you're there at night. And then another, thing to think about in terms of rides and wait times is if you're not there for the fireworks and you don't care to see the fireworks show, go on the rides during because there are no.
Yeah, that's what we tried to do too, actually. I think it was such a frustrating event when we were trying to get on the actual Guardians of the Galaxy ride because my group went before. So my group went before their group. We should have got tickets together. Now we know, right?
You even if you have tickets separately, you can link together on My Disney Experience.
Oh my gosh, I did not know that. That's
so you can
cool.
buy tickets whenever you want, but you can be friends and link each other on My Disney Experience, and then you can add people to your plans.
Right. Wow. Dang, that's smart. I wish we knew that. Well, real quick, going back to like, because I'm always one to, we love talking about what we're fans of, right? So I know you told me like you're a big fan of like Harry Potter. So how big in the level of like I watched the movies or like I'm an addict and I read all the books and all the ins and outs about it?
I read all the books when I was younger. I watched all the movies, except Lewis and I just watched the first Fantastic Beast recently. We got through half the second. We have to finish that one so that we can watch the third one with our friends. But Harry Potter itself, I read all the Harry Potter books. I've seen all the movies. And my first time going to Harry Potter World, my first stop was to get a butterbeer because I had.
Oh yes, same thing. I was like, I don't know how. I think I was 14 years old, and I was like, I need to get a butterbeer. Actually, it was funny because like at my age, like Tumblr. I don't know if you remember Tumblr. Tumblr was like a huge thing. And I took a picture of like my butterbeer and put it on Tumblr, and it just like went everywhere.
You had a viral Tumblr.
Yeah, I definitely had a viral Tumblr for sure.
Just for the butterbeer.
Just for the butterbeer, yeah.
I was so lost.
Butterbeer's good.
With a butterbeer, I was like, what's going on with this butterbeer?
Yeah, I know. It's you gotta watch the movies. He's never watched like anything Harry Potter. I know.
No.
I know.
Like people tell me to watch Harry Potter all the time, and I'm just like. So I just can't get past that first movie. I don't.
Yeah.
Like, I watched like half of the first movie, and I'm just like.
That's what I always say too. Like I honestly, one, my wife loves Harry Potter, right? And so when we met, like it was like we just were fans together at that point. But the thing is like she loves to rewatch the series, and like us being parents, we're so busy to actually finish them. So we'll like start with the first two movies, like like. I don't know, every other month we'll like watch them. Like that's how big of a fan she is. And then we don't finish the rest of them. So I'm like, I feel like I've watched the first one and second one so many times that I'm so like over it. But also like I'm a big quality guy. So like I like to watch a movie that has that doesn't seem like fake, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like the first and second Harry Potter movie,
they're definitely like corny,
yeah,
kind of.
yeah,
But once you get into like 3, 4, 5,
yes, yeah,
then all the action comes in.
yeah. What's your favorite? I know the answer. This is my go-to answer. But what's your favorite one out of the whole series, movie-wise?
Movie, I love Prisoner of Azkaban.
That's always a favorite.
But the very last movie is, you know.
Yeah. I think my go-to one for sure has to be Goblet of Fire.
I like that one.
But
There's a but.
I don't know. I like all of them for different reasons. Like I
Right.
love the Trials Tournament.
yeah, Trials of Torment.
That's really good. But you know, the last movie is where, you know, everything comes together.
Comes together. Yeah, comes to play, and yeah, just a lot of, you know, plot twists that you didn't expect, and yeah, definitely agree with that for sure. Now a lot of people are like, every fan out there like definitely wants everyone to come back, like, and like come back and redo it, or like do another one, or do like the Cursed Child or whatever. What are your thoughts on that? Like, should they go for it or should they not?
For me, it's kind of hard too because, and you can see it from the movies themselves, they just take so long for them to film.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That eventually their ages just didn't match anymore.
Yeah.
And so it all depends really on like timeline and stuff. And if that plays into like, is it realistic? So
I feel like once they reach adulthood though, which they are, you know, that's where it ended. You know what I mean? Them as adults. I feel like once they reach adulthood though, like, I feel like that may not matter anymore. Maybe for his son, you know, because that's what the Cursed Child is about, right? But
What are we talking about?
I know he's so lost. He's so lost.
we gotta get off this subject now.
I know. Yeah, I know. But I don't know. I always say like I want them to come back and like I don't know, like their powers, like the way they use their magic was definitely like really good. But I always reference, this is how you know I'm a huge fan. But I always reference the scene between Voldemort and Dumbledore. Like I want to see some more like just like master wizards like go at it like that. Like that's like I feel like that was like one of the first and like last time you see like wizards like interact in such a big, like using their skills and their magic in such a big way.
I think I would like, and of course they would have to get a new actor because he's not here anymore. But I would have loved to seen like an entire movie on Snape and his life, and his family, and his upbringing. Because there's the little tidbits that they give you and to how he interacts with Harry's mom and things like that. You just feel this whole other feeling for him that you didn't know you could feel.
Yes, that's what I mean. Like it's such a plot twist because like I 100% agree. Like you fall in love with him in a completely different way because you knew that.
I mean, I hated him and I loved hating him, and then all of a sudden I was like, wait a second.
Yeah.
I don't hate him anymore.
I know, like you hate yourself for hating him at that point. but yeah, I could definitely, I'd be definitely down to watch like a HBO original series about Snape for sure. Sucks that, you know, he's not here, no longer here with us. Like the actor who played him is no longer here.
That I did.
You didn't know?
I may have teared up when I saw that.
Yeah, that was definitely sad for sure. And then like talking about like the parks and stuff like that, like what would you rather? Obviously, I feel like everyone would go to like Adventure Island instead of going to Universal Studios. But as a fan, what would you pick?
I don't like this question. Okay. The original park is at Islands of Adventure, and that's where Hogwarts is.
Right.
So if you want to see Hogwarts and Hogsmeade, but I don't know. I really like what they did with Diagon Alley. Like,
really?
I love Diagon Alley. And they have a fire-breathing dragon. He literally breathes fire every 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's we did miss out on that for sure.
Cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't see it?
No, because we only went to Adventure Island.
The first time I went to Harry Potter World was at Islands of Adventure, so I got to see Hogwarts and Hogsmeade. And this was before Diagon Alley was built.
Okay.
A couple years later, when they built Diagon Alley, I went back. Okay. So now I'm walking around Universal, and I'm walking, and I'm like, okay, where is it? I don't see it. What the heck? So I happened to see the double-decker bus that they have, but I didn't put 2 and 2 together that was the landmark of where the other Harry Potter world was. So I walked right past it, and I keep going, and now I'm in Simpsons world, and I'm like,
Did I miss something?
So I keep walking a little further, and I can see the dragon across the way, but I'm like, but where is it? Like, I don't understand. Finally, I walk back to where the double-decker bus was, and I see people walking in and out of like this brick wall. So I'm like,
that's
you walk behind the brick wall, and that's where Diagon Alley is.
Oh, so that way you feel
had
like.
I not seen people walking in and out of that brick wall,
Right.
I would have kept walking around Universal in circles because I had.
You probably would have just left out of frustration.
Yeah, I was so mad. 'Cause I did it like 2 or 3 times. I kept getting to Simpsons World.
Mm-hmm.
I kept seeing the dragon, and I'm like, "What? How do you get there?"
That's funny. That's hilarious.
But me not thinking straight, like, how do I get back there?
Right. I definitely need to go to Diagon Alley. I feel like I need to experience that for sure.
You know, Diagon Alley is really cool.
Well, we definitely really appreciate you coming on the show. We're really excited. Like, you know, we were starting to really get guests on, and we were so happy when you guys finally reached out to us.
Yeah, that was big for us. I think we both were like, "Oh my god, dude!" Like I sent him a message. I was like, "Did you see this?" And he was like,
yeah.
and he was like, "No way!"
Yeah,
that was pretty cool.
It was so cool, but I loved it. I mean, this was better than what we expected. We thought we were gonna be like a nervous mess and, you know, not have anything to talk about. But this is what we're here for. So we really appreciate it for sure.
Yeah, we appreciate.
Thank you for having us.
everything.
This has been really exciting. Like I said, we've been on a few other podcasts, but like every podcast you go on is going to be different. And I like the aspect of being able to kind of talk about not just the parks, but, you know, other things and likes, dislikes, and all sorts of avenues instead of just one streamlined topic.
Yeah,
cool.
exactly.
Yeah,
and that's what we do here for sure. Like, my attention span definitely goes in a lot of places. I hope you guys enjoy your time in LA, especially Marvel Campus. Definitely can't wait to talk to you then about our business interactions.
How much you know how I like it.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Well,
we'll make sure we reach out to you whenever y'all are over there.
yeah,
we'll
we definitely got some requests. Okay, so we'll hit you up about that for sure. And we hope you guys have a great time at the D23 event that you guys go to. Yeah.
Keep an eye on for all that fun content.
Again, thank you so much for coming on the show. You guys keep what you're doing. Again, we'll talk soon. And again, thanks for being on the show.
It means so much to us. Thank you so much.
Yeah, for sure.
You're welcome. Thank you for having us. It's been fun.
Awesome.
All right.
Awesome. Well, we'll talk to you later. Thank you so much.
Alright guys, that is pretty much it for today's podcast. That was Nicole with Shop Mini Mark, and what a great guest.
Man. I was definitely talking about this too. I mean, like, Nicole was so, one, informative, and then two, like, we got to know a lot about her as well too, her interests, what she's into. Me and her got to bond a lot about Harry Potter, which I love talking about Harry Potter. But yeah, awesome guest. Learned a lot of information. I mean, she has a lot of great tips in this episode, and we were very appreciative. I feel like you were definitely nervous leading into this.
Yeah, because it was like, okay, so like the other 2 guests that we had, I knew, right?
Yeah, we know, very personal.
So this was like someone new and that I didn't know, so I was just like really, I don't know, it was just like, I was like just, and, you know, the whole time I was just like, I didn't know what to say.
Yeah, she definitely worked with the fact that we're like so, like, you know, my attention span is just everywhere. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just going to one topic.
Going back to
going back to this. we were so appreciative that we were able to, you know, have this interview and have our Miss Nicole as a guest on our show. What a great page that they're working on over there. You know, what they're doing is awesome. I think after our show and like knowing what they do, we're definitely going to be hitting them up for sure.
Yeah, they said they are gonna go, you know, every now and then back to Epcot. They are gonna go. They said recently they're gonna go to California.
They're gonna be in LA for sure.
So
they're gonna be going on business. So definitely check them out. They're gonna be going in LA very soon. And we spoke to Miss Nicole over here from Shop Mini Mart. So again, that's at Instagram. It is Shop Mini Mart. Guys, go check them out. All their stuff is going to be in the description down below.
Don't forget to follow us on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, all the socials. You know, we're trying to post weekly. You know, the most we can. We work with us, guys. There's so much content coming out these past few days. So just stay tuned, guys, and we'll see you guys till the next one.
Yes, sir.